Again, I want to thank you for giving us your time today from ACBC to interview you. We came last summer and I haven't been, you've been working with Patricia, but I want you to give us your opinion on how the pre-ed program is actually working here at your school. Give us how it's working now, you think it should work in the future, and give your opinions so that we can grow from being in your particular school. So I'm going to start with Mr. Cannon. If you can introduce yourself and give us your title and just give us your thoughts.
My name is Jannard Cannon. I'm the coordinator of alternative learning here at Pitt Academy. My thoughts, the program has really been great. I know at the initial meeting, just to hear the layout and the overall goal of the program, I was really excited. I've been in education for 23 years. And so, when you have a solid program that are going to benefit kids, then it's a no-brainer. So I got that feeling when I was meeting with you guys about this program. And I was like, when do we get started? Where do we sign up? With Mr. Dancy and everybody, you and Ms. Hopkins. And so I feel like this program has really been, great. And it has given our students an opportunity to be exposed to other resources. So one of the things that we try to do here is expose our students to not just the core curriculum and getting credits, but we also try to give them the tools necessary to be successful when they leave us. And so this has been a prime example of one of those tools or resources and providing our students with the opportunity to learn about the workforce, learn about proper etiquette in the workplace. Some of the things these students, they do learn at home, but sometimes they don't learn at home. And so it's been a really, really, really big deal for us to see our students in their element. They initially thought it wouldn't be their element, but to see them have confidence, to see them thrive. And Ms. Hopkins has been great with meeting with them and coaching them along and exposing them the resources to the point where we have students who are taking classes outside of our campus. We have students who are participating in activities to learn the workplace readiness and some of the skills that are needed. And so I just felt like the program has really been a big boost for a lot of our students in terms of life after high school. And so we can address life in high school, but this program has allowed us to supplement some of the things they need when they leave us.
Okay, well, thank you. And I thank you for being so open and friendly and welcoming us in. So, Mrs. Dudley, could you introduce yourself and your title, please?
Yes, I'm Yashika Dudley. I'm a career development coordinator with Pitt Academy, Pitt County Schools. And my thoughts about the program it is the perfect extension to what we do here, especially with career development, in terms of career development. So in my role, what I'm responsible for is helping students to answer 3 questions in a nutshell. Who am I? What can I become? And how do I get there? And we do this through a variety of ways in which Pre-S really, really helps us to complete that mission and to accomplish that mission. So one of the things we do, a few of the things that we do are to provide career exploration by way of field trips or bringing employers in, having hands-on sessions with the students, also doing sessions myself. So I'm pretty much coordinating events or bringing people in to do different things just to expose them to just the great opportunities that are out there for them to consider for their future. And so Ms. Hopkins is the perfect person. She has the best heart and the information that's needed. She works very well with our students as an extension of what we do. She's the perfect person. So I could totally see this program going and growing and continuing just to get more students to have that interaction with Ms. Hopkins would be great.
Okay, well, thank you. And Mr. Lutz.
Hi, I'm Michael Lutz. I'm the administrator at Pitt Academy and have been for 14 plus years. So it's been a great program. Knowing Miss Hopkins when she walked in the door, I'm like, I haven't seen you in a minute. And you know, just her integrity and her compassion and the things that she brings to the table for our young people. You know, our kids, one of the missions is to give our kids a second chance. And, you know, knowing the reputation of ECBC and what you do for work skills, especially for some of our kids who have to have a work skill. They're not going to college, you're not going to other places. But this hits kids at a different level, and it helps serve more kids, which is even neater to me. So, providing that second opportunity for them. A lot of our kids never think they're going to get out of high school, so they don't think about what that next process is. And as we get them to graduation, some kids kind of self-destruct because they don't know, and this actually helps them know what can be next. And our parents have been overjoyed. You found what? You can do. Somebody's going to come and work with them on those types of things. And it's just been really neat to watch how they've reacted, to watch how our kids have grown, and those types of things along the way. But it is great. I can't tell you how much I'm just enthused by the program and what we're seeing at this point, and just where we're going to go in the future with it. I think is going to be neat things.
Okay, great. So if there's one thing that you could tell us, so that we hope we'll be invited back for next year, and what could we do to make it even better than it is now? Is there anything we can do? We want to grow.
Well, I would just say to continue to do what you've done this year. I mean, I know every program wants to try to evaluate and see how you can improve, but just from our vantage point, we really enjoyed seeing our students really take to the program, because you really don't know until you do it. Even though things sound good and look good, you don't know until it's actually implemented. But we've seen the results just within the first half of the school year, the response of our students. And I will echo as well, being in this business this long, programs are great. They can be written well and all the bells and whistles, but it takes the human capital. It takes the people that makes the programs be effective. And so Ms. Hopkins has been an example of that. She's been very instrumental in initially just building relationships. For example, I basically would bring the kids into my office to meet her one-on-one, just to gauge, because we just can't expose our kids to anybody. There's a trust factor with us. So bring them in, and I just let her work. And within 5 minutes, she's established a rapport with them. And so the machine's kind of running itself in that regard. So just to continue to do that, continue to have Ms. Hopkins, people like Ms. Hopkins, because our students respond well to those people who can build relationships. That's what they yearn for. A lot of our students are here by choice. Initially this program was a program for students who have discipline offenses, and we still do, but we've really turned the corner and opened up opportunities for students to be here by choice before they are getting in trouble. And so because they're here by choice, that means they like what we offer. And so it's programs like this that make kids say, I want to stay. And so that's what we say. With all the curriculum we provide and all the resources, the career development, and all the things that we do, it's about the care and love and attention that we give. And so this program has been a good program, but also the human heart of it from Ms. Hopkins has also just kind of been the cherry on top with building those relationships.
And I think in a lot of ways, just some of the opening paperwork, between you guys, county office, and us, and making sure everybody's vetted, I think a lot of that just gets easier with time. And, I felt it was an appropriate start, but a little bit of a slow start because we were so excited. And it's like, let's go now. Still had to kind of wade our way through that process. But it has been just really neat. And to watch some of our kids, because Ms. Hopkins is so authentic. And pretty much everybody we've met is very, very authentic. And our kids, that's what they need. That's what our kids, they look for so many people to not be authentic with them at some point. And they've been burned. They've been all sorts of different things that life has thrown at them. But this program has delivered exactly what it's advertised to deliver. It's been delivered with fidelity, and I just can't thank you guys enough for it.
No, I appreciate I think there are quite a few things. The whole thing has worked very well, but some things that I really like is Ms. Hopkins being able to provide that individualized training, and just to see her work is such a beautiful thing. She provides just the right amount of nurturing ability, but at the same time that I don't even know what to call it, the wowness of it. I'm making up words. Wowness that causes kids to like tune in to her and hear what she's saying and to listen and to get it, and then you see them. So it's a beautiful thing just to watch her work with the students and to see that it's actually working. They're taking it in. So that one-on-one training is phenomenal, and it's very much needed with our students. You know, we do quite a few things with them in groups, and we're able to do some one-on-one things, but that's that extra extension that of services that Ms. Hopkins provides helps us to go even another mile further. If that makes sense.
I'll also add the flexibility. We offer services on 3 different tiers. Tier 1 being here during the day, Tier 2 being here in the afternoons, and Ms. Hopkins has been really flexible with serving our kids during a traditional day as well as coming after hours to Tier 2. So I think that's a big thing to continue on as well. So.
All right, anybody else have anything you want to add? Well, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your enthusiasm. It's been from the beginning to now, and we want to continue that wildness that you talk about into into many more years. So thank you so much for giving us this time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.